Well, California, in addition to other states, threatening to sue the Trump administration for ending the Dreamers program. Attorney General Jeff Sessions announcing President Trump's decision this morning. He says the president's decision does not mean that the government sees the Dreamers negatively.
To have a lawful system of immigration that serves the national interest, we cannot admit everyone who would like to come here. Therefore, the nation must set and enforce a limit on how many immigrants we admit each year, and that means all cannot be accepted.
Here to discuss, Bob Bianchi. He is a criminal defense and trial attorney, and he's also a former head county prosecutor. And Jennifer Brandt, she's also here. She joins us, and she's a defense attorney. Thank you very much for joining us.
Pleasure.
So, Bob, I'll start with you. Going into today, we're told that the reason this announcement was made today is because they were facing a possible lawsuit from at least 10 other states who said, you know, drop DACA now or we'll sue. Sure. Now they're saying they're going to do that. They're going to pull back on it and have a 6-month period where they can maybe save it. Congress has to do something now. You have other states saying, well, we're going to sue you for doing that. So who has the better case?
Well, listen, I think that the people that are suing because the executive order may have gone too far and actually replaced Congress's responsibility to draft immigration policy have a stronger argument. So the Trump administration was put in a situation in which these lawsuits are coming. This needs to be made law. We have a moral responsibility to these children who came over here to no fault of their own and have only done the right thing. And I can tell you as a head prosecutor who had to deal with immigration issues all the time, it's easy for people theoretically to say these people violated the law, so on and so forth, they should be kicked out. But when you are responsible for making a decision of repatriating this child to a country that they've never lived in, when you really have to deal with the flesh and blood people, you have a much different point of view here. So let's hope Congress looks at this as a moral issue. The moral fiber of this country is at stake, and they pass laws that make this bulletproof so that these good kids can remain in this country, because using this as a political football, in my opinion, is disgusting.
Now, Jennifer, I was listening to Judge Napolitano this morning, and he said the opposite. He pointed out that the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals ruled that DACA is unconstitutional. He also said that SCOTUS, by a 4-4 vote, declined to intervene, and so that the Attorney General, Jeff Sessions, is legally doing what he needs to do to set things right again.
Well, I just don't think that this is a case for the courts to decide. I agree with Bob in that it's the Congress, and I think by President Trump taking action today, he's basically forcing the issue. Now it's back in Congress's hands. They need to legislate about this issue, and we're right. I mean, these are children that have grown up here. We've paid to educate them. Some of them have jobs here. So it's a serious issue, and one that there needs to be some laws about. This can't just be something that states are fighting and coming in and out, and we have an executive order that we're relying upon. Yeah, so I think the Congress really needs to take this seriously and do something about it.
It is a polarizing issue, and we're taking a look at some live pictures right now. This is outside of Trump Tower in New York City. We've been showing you throughout the hour and the previous one. There are protests going on throughout the country. You know, Bob, you can be sympathetic to these, 800,000 dreamers that would be impacted by this. But does that mean, if you're sympathetic and you're compassionate, that you can break the law?
Well, people are saying it's breaking the law. Let's be clear. We're back into this argument about what the difference between an executive order and a law is. And it has been clear that the president has the ability to determine what law enforcement resources will be allocated in a certain way. Now, it is true, if I were, and I certainly am on the side of the dreamers, I want to get legal protection. But I don't believe that this executive order was in fact unlawful. There has been one previous case before the Supreme Court where we have a little insight into this, and it was a 4-4 decision. So now we have Justice Gorsuch. Who knows where it's going to go? I think that the Trump administration blinked a little bit in one sense, and I mean in a good sense. They could have signed an order right now saying, that's it, it's over, no congressional action whatsoever, start deporting these people. But they did not do that. Put it back in
Congress's hands.
Right, exactly.
All right. Thank you both for joining us. Have to wrap it up as we wait for that briefing from Sarah Sanders. Thank you, Jennifer and Bob. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Heather.
Thank you.